If you're managing a fleet of any size, you know the day is just a constant battle against the unexpected, right? But what if you could see those problems coming hours, not just minutes, before they actually hit? Today, we're diving into how AI is completely changing the game for fleet management. We're talking about shifting from that reactive game of catch-up to a predictive science that puts you back in control. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the real cost of being late. Then we'll look at the old way versus the new way. We'll get into how the AI actually works, how you turn predictions into action, and, of course, how you measure the results. Then we'll wrap up with how to actually put all this to work.
I mean, really think about that question for a second. It's not just about knowing a delivery is going to be late. It's about having the power to actually do something about it, hours ahead of time. And that right there is the core promise of all of this.
All right, first things first. Let's talk about the real cost of being late, because trust me, it goes way deeper than just missing an ETA. You know, a single delay, it chips away at customer trust, and it sets off this whole chain reaction of costs. We're talking driver overtime, frantic calls to customer service, the whole shebang. So moving from constant crisis management to proactive service, that's not just a nice idea anymore. It's absolutely essential to compete. And that brings us to this really fundamental shift in how we even think about managing vehicles out on the road. It's about moving past just tracking dots on a map.
Honestly, this comparison says it all. The old way, with traditional GPS, it just tells you where your trucks are right now. You find out about a problem after it's already happened. That's that 2 p.m. scramble, trying to figure out what to tell the customer. But the new way, with predictive AI, it tells you where your trucks are gonna be in 2 hours. It lets you spot that exact same delay, but at 8 in the morning. That gives you time to actually manage it. It's the difference between being a firefighter and being a strategist.
So how in the world does this actually work? Well, it's not magic, I promise. It's all about using data to see around the corner. Let's break down what the AI is actually looking at. So this system is constantly crunching dozens of variables all at once. It's looking at live traffic, of course, but it's also checking the weather forecast for the entire route. It's comparing this trip to all the other times you've run that same route on, say, a Tuesday. It even looks at things like vehicle performance and subtle shifts in driver behavior, like if idle time is a little longer than usual. And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, the system is processing over 50 data points every single minute for every single vehicle. That constant flow of information is what lets the AI build a seriously accurate model of what's about to happen. Okay, so the system flags a potential delay. That's great, but an early warning is only useful if you know what to do with it, right? And this is where that prediction turns into a real tangible advantage. This is what we call the proactive playbook. When you have a 2-hour warning, you suddenly have options. You can call the customer right away, not with an excuse, but with a new, accurate ETA. You can reroute your driver around the traffic jam. You can even shuffle the next few stops to minimize the damage, or maybe even reschedule a less urgent delivery. The point is, you are back in control. And the absolute best-in-class fleets, they take it a step further. They automate it. They set up rules, like if the AI says there's more than a 70% chance of a delay, the system can automatically ping the customer and push a new route to the driver's tablet, all without a manager having to lift a finger. Okay, this all sounds really good, but let's talk results. What's the tangible return on investment? Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters for any business decision. Let's start with accuracy. These systems are hitting 85 to 90% accuracy when they predict delays 2 to 3 hours out. So this isn't just an educated guess. This is data-driven certainty. And what does that kind of accuracy get you? How about this? A reduction in late arrivals of up to 30%. That is a direct, measurable impact on your customer sat, your efficiency, and your bottom line. And you can see the whole story right here in the data. Late deliveries drop. Customer complaints can go down by as much as 40%, which is huge for your reputation. And all of that, of course, drives your overall on-time percentage way up. I mean, these are the metrics that define a high-performing fleet. Okay, so the final piece of the puzzle. How do you actually get started with this stuff? Let's walk through the practical steps for putting predictive analytics to work for you. Let's just address the elephant in the room. The first question on every decision-maker's mind is, you guessed it, what's this going to cost me? Well, the good news is this technology is way more accessible than you probably think. We're usually talking about a range of about $25 to $60 per vehicle per month.
It's an operational expense, not some massive capital investment. And frankly, it's easily offset by what you save in fuel, overtime, and just keeping customers happy.
And getting it set up is surprisingly fast. A basic system that just uses your existing GPS data can be up and running in just a couple of weeks. More advanced setups, maybe 6 to 12. And what's really cool is that it's not a one and done install. The AI is always learning from your fleet's data, so it just keeps getting smarter and more accurate over time.
So, if you're ready to make that jump from being reactive to proactive, a great place to start is just to explore some of the comprehensive platforms out there. A solution like Responsible Fleet GPS, for instance, it brings all the pieces together: the tracking, the analytics, the communication tools, all in one system.
So I'll leave you with this question. In a world where you can see problems before they happen, is your fleet just managing the present, or are you ready to start commanding the future?